Hello viewers, welcome to KANISHKA IAS. Today's topic is One State, One RRB. It is in the news. Why? Because the central government has announced that the amalgamation of regional rural banks in 2025 and it is relevant in our GS3 economy. On this note, let us discuss why it is in the news and what is the purpose of this amalgamation, what is the evolution of regional rural banks and what is the advantage of taking this step by the government. Coming to the topic, why it is in the news? Because the Department of Financial Services under the Ministry of Finance has announced the fourth phase of amalgamation of regional rural banks, which is nothing but merging of the regional rural banks into a single entity. And what is the principle followed? That is one step and one RRB, which is nothing but every state will be having one RRB. Right? And what is the purpose of this amalgamation? It is to improve the efficiency and to provide better financial services and customer services to the people. And coming to the evolution of RRBs, how did this RRBs come into the existence? These are recommended by the Narasimhan committee and also later introduced some more recommendations by Saryu committee. These were established under the RRB Act 1976. Coming to the supervision and the regulation, the regional rural banks are regulated by the Reserve Bank of India, but the work of this regional rural banks is supervised by NABARD. You have to remember this point in the exam point of view, right? And what does these regional rural banks do? They provide the rural credit to the rural and semi-urban areas. Coming to the ownership, how did regional rural banks will have their ownership in their working? Central government will be having 50% of the ownership and the concerned state government will be having 15% of the ownership, and the sponsored bank which will be attached to the regional rural bank will be having 35% ownership. For example, if we take Andhra Pradesh as an example, the central government will be having 50% of the ownership and the Andhra Pradesh state government will be having 15% ownership. Coming to the sponsored bank, what is the sponsored bank with respect to Andhra Pradesh? It is the Union Bank of India which will be having 35% of the sponsor bank. Union Bank of India will be having 35% of the ownership with respect to Andhra Pradesh state. Coming to the key points that we need to remember with respect to this step recently taken by the government, from when they will be effective, from May 1st 2025, these amalgamation of banks will be coming into the implementation under 23A1 of RRB Act 1976. And in how many states or union territories this step is being taken? It is being taken in 10 states and 1 union territory. For example, we have already discussed in Andhra Pradesh, current 4 regional rural banks are being merged into a single entity called AP Gramina Bank, and the headquarter will be given at Amaravati, sponsored by Union Bank of India. And how many regional rural banks will India now be having after the fourth phase of the amalgamation? It is 28 RRBs coming down from 43. When did this amalgamation of RRBs start? It had started since 2006 from 196 banks. In 2013 it got down to 67 and in 2020 to 43, and recently the fourth phase of amalgamation, the 43 had come down to 28. This is the evolution and key points that you need to remember with respect to the exam. Coming to the advantages. What are the advantages of such step? It is to improve the efficiency, we have already discussed, and to reduce the cost such as the administrative or maintenance cost, and to enhance the financial stability, to provide better customer service to the people, or to provide the rural credit in a better and effective way to the people, and finally to reduce the administrative burden on the working staff. So, these are all the advantages that are related to the recent step of amalgamation of RRBs. And what all did we discuss today? What is one state and one RRB? Why did government take this step? And how the evaluation of RRBs had taken place? What are the advantages of such step taken by the government? This is all for today. Thank you so much.